and breathe. Liverpool won, Sunderland won. Yeah, I'll give the match a rating out of 10. I'll say it's 8.5. Entertaining on both ends, basically end-to-end action. So yes, it's your boy the Sports Conversation. Let's quickly get into the match review. Starting off with the lineups. So for Liverpool, Alisson in goal, Joe Gomez, Andy Robertson on the wings or on the flank, basically as fullbacks. Van Dijk and Konate as centre backs. McAllister, Gravenberch standard as the two pivots. Gakpo, Wirtz, and Szoboszlai for like the second week in a row, starting on the right hand side over Salah and Isaac up top. For Sunderland, Robin Roos in goal, Omar Aderete, Leonardo Mandava, Ballard, Mukiele, standard. Talbi, Sadiki, Xhaka, Hume, who I think had a very good game, and Enzo Lefe and Brian Brobby up top. So we start the game off. If I would say so myself, I think Sunderland this game where they didn't really fear Liverpool. I mean, at this stage, especially with the form they are in, no one really fears Liverpool. So they were playing how they usually play, no fear in them. They weren't just sitting back. They were moving up front a little bit. They like to trigger a press a little bit. You know, especially with Sunderland, their set pieces are their main source of attacks from corners, with Ballard, of course, from corners, from set pieces, from throw-ins, and the whole lot. I think in the first half it was a very back and forth cagey affair. Let's see. I think Hume got the ball in the middle. I think let me say 35, 37 yards. Strikes it all with his right foot. I think he hasn't scored a goal this season. Strikes it with his right foot, bending across his body, and Alisson tips it onto the bar. Alisson didn't really expect it to come quickly at him like that. Tips onto the bar, and he's lucky. That's all that happened for Sunderland that half. But getting towards the end of the first half, Joe Gomez on the edge of the box lofts a very, very good cross into the box, and McAllister heads the ball similar to the goal he scored against Real Madrid, I think 3 weeks ago. Heads across his body, but unfortunately it clips the outside of the posts going out. So halftime again, we get into halftime, it's 1-1. And Slot decides to bring Salah on finally, and it did make a difference, a little bit of a difference. But I mean, maybe not to the standard of which Salah has set, especially last season. But I mean, you take it, especially with how poor this Liverpool team has been looking for time. So yes, we start the second half, and again, Sunderland are doing their second half. They sit back a little bit deeper. Of course, energy is gonna stop, but they sit back a little bit deeper, trying to hit on the press. They have press triggers whenever it gets to some certain player. Joe Gomez gets to him, they trigger the press, and the football gods work in their favor. Off one press, they do receive the ball. Talbi gets the ball, I think 40 yards, takes not a heavy touch, but sets himself up and strikes it bottom corner. Maybe questions might be asked about Alisson's positioning. I think those are fair. That's fair criticism, but you can't take anything away from that type of goal. Very, very good strike on him, especially with the way it was dipping and moving in the air. I can't really blame Alisson too much. So making it 1-0 to Sunderland, and in my mind at that point I'm like, here we go again. Liverpool doing Liverpool type things. 9 losses in 12 games is crazy for champions, but it didn't happen. And out of nowhere, after the goal, Sunderland actually sat back fully, and Liverpool had a chance to even show glimpses of what they used to do last season, pinning teams to the back. Curtis Jones intercepts, I think, is it I think Enzo. I think he intercepts Enzo Lefebvre, intercepts him, lays the ball off to Florian Wirtz. Florian Wirtz takes a touch on his left, enters the box into his stride, has a fake shot, has Ballard on his ass, and puts it top corner. I don't think they'll give the goal to him because he scuffed the shot, and it took a deflection off, I think, Gertruda or Sadiki, one of them. It took a big deflection because without a deflection, it would be going towards the corner flag. But it took a deflection and it entered. Finally, his first goal. I'll claim it as a goal for him, even though maybe it's not official. I'll claim it as a goal for him. His first goal as a Liverpool player, and I'm sort of happy for him because the amount of slander this guy gets is honestly not warranted in my opinion. He just needs a little bit of time to adapt. That's me though. So yes, 1-1, and Liverpool are now pressing the issue to get a winner, especially, and you know how it is in Anfield, that they at the start of the season they used to do this thing, but currently not. They got to a point, I think, in the 90th minute, they started overcommitting to the point where there was maybe just one person at the back, and the person at the back was Chiesa. So they do go on an attack. Ruben Roofs gets the ball, like he saves the ball, and he distributes the ball straight down the middle. I'm not taking anything away from the pass, but for me it's a basic pass straight down the middle, down the throat, and no one is there but Chiesa. Chiesa is behind Isidore. Isidore takes the touch in Liverpool's half with no one about 2 or 3 meters around him, and Chiesa is chasing him down like a dog. Isidore gets into the box, rounds the ball pass around Alisson, but can't find the finish. Unfortunately, Chiesa blocking his weak ass shot, and that's all she wrote. It's also a 1-1 game. Unfortunately, I think honestly, I think maybe I think 1-1 is a fair depiction of what actually happened. So, yeah. That's the end of the match review. We can honestly say, especially with how Sunderland have played this season, I think it's a good result for Arne Slot. But yeah, I'll catch you guys in the next match review. That will most likely be tomorrow, Man United versus West Ham at Old Trafford. So yeah, catch you in the next one, guys. Peace.